Hi, welcome back to Everyday Race. Today I've decided to show you this trick I've been using for a while to remove stuck oxygen sensors by using hose clamp. So, when your check engine light comes on, usually P0420, first step is to change the oxygen sensor. So, there's the oxygen sensor, and the first tool that most people try to use is a 7/8 or 22 millimeter wrench. They get it on there and then snap, it just slips and ends up damaging the edges of the oxygen sensor. And the reason for that is because a wrench applies pressure in just 2 points, this one and the one in the back. And the second reason for the wrench being not very good tool for a stuck oxygen sensor is because it's an open end, and what happens under load, it will spread, and the tolerance between the oxygen sensor and the wrench will increase, and it'll just round off. Now you're looking at it and you're like, it's got 6 points. Open end uses just 2 points. So the best tool is to use the closed end of a wrench. It'll put pressure on all 6 points, right? Well, you get the wrench ready, you get the oxygen sensor ready, and then you try to get the connector to go through, and it barely, but it doesn't fit. It's like it's laughing at you because it's almost, see, it goes in all the way, and then this tab, if this tab was just maybe a millimeter smaller, it would just go through. So my explanation for this has always been, there's been engineers and they're like, we gotta come up with this connector for the oxygen sensor. It uses 4 wires and it has to be pretty affordable and tolerate some heat, and we need to have millions if not billions of it because we're gonna install it in just 99% of cars. So the engineers got together, they came out with a small connector, and then the main guy was like, it's too small, it'd be too easy to pull out with just a simple wrench. We can't allow that. Come up with the bigger one. So they're like, well, we'll just put this tab on there. Yeah. Well, the big guy was like, okay, let's check it out. He did the same thing. He put the wrench over it and it got stuck. He was very satisfied. So now, if that connector were smaller, this job would have been simple. Use an open end, it slips, you flip the wrench over, you get it over the wire, you use a hammer, tap it a few times, and then the oxygen sensor is out. 5-minute job, not no more. Now, there's another option. You can cut the wire, or you can break the connector, and then you'll be able to get the sensor out because you'll be able to use the closed end of the wrench. But if you got to reuse the sensor or save it, then you can't do that. So the next option would be oxygen sensor socket set, and that was probably sponsored by the guy that came up with that stupid connector idea. He's like, yeah, I'm gonna make a lot of money, I'm gonna come up with these special tools, oxygen sensor socket set. Yeah, they're like $30. Yeah, look at them, they're so pretty. There's 3 of them. There's a small one, there's a medium one, and then there's a big one. Alright, so the biggest difference is they all have slots in it. This one has a slot, this one has a slot, and this one has a slot, but it doesn't go all the way because the ratchet will go right in there, and this one the other two you put ratchet on the side. So the reason the slot is there is to clear the wire. You put it in there like so, and you're thinking, I'm doing good. I got me a $30 wrench set. It'll be out in just a few. You go snap, and it does the same thing. Now this thing is way better. It uses a lot more points, but it still spreads apart. So if this thing is really stuck, this thing will spread apart, and now you got a bunch of these messed up, every one of them. Now you're cussing for like 20 minutes, like what the hell's going on? Gotta go get a torch. I don't have a torch. What to do, you know? Gotta go get a torch. Or there's another option. Alright, so next I'm gonna show you how this hose clamp is gonna make your life so much easier. All you do is you put it to the wire like so, put it on the oxygen sensor, and then use either one of them. You can use this one, or that one. It doesn't make any difference. Get it in there, and then all you got to do is you got to tighten up the hose clamp. So, all right, so I tighten up the clamp, and it looks something like this. So, what clamp does is that it keeps the socket from spreading apart, and then the job becomes real simple. Put the wrench in, and then, well, let me put a breaker bar in there. Gives you more leverage. You just apply some pressure, and the whole thing comes out. It's that simple. Now you can remove the oxygen sensor. I'm actually going to reuse this oxygen sensor, and you can see I've done a number on this thing. This is from the wrench, and the rest of them are from this tool. So yeah, but the hose clamp trick has worked for me 99% of the time. It just makes this work that much better because it doesn't spread. So real easy trick. Try it out, and let me know in the comments how you like it. And on that note, have a good day.